Sumaya Samba Juma from Kenya, second born in a family of four, and also an aspiring electronic engineer and a software developer. I am passionate about electronics because I grew up watching my dad every day repairing these devices, the electronic devices. Not that he had a workshop, but he was actually repairing the devices that I got to tamper with every day. Like, I would just wake up one day and say, why is this button here, and when you press it, why does this place go red, and when you press this button, why does this place open or close? So I was this curious until one day I had actually short-circuited a DVD player, and he took it and he opened it and he told me, come mama, let me show you something. This is something that you've done. You've short-circuited this DVD, and this is the component that it's not functioning right now and it needs to be replaced. So he told me, with this curiosity that you have, I hope it lasts for a very long period, so that one day you're gonna come back home and you say, Dad, where is that DVD that I short-circuited? I want to make it. I want to repair it. And he actually didn't throw the DVD away. He took it and he placed it under his bed, so that it's still waiting for me to become that engineer, so that one day I'd come and I'd say, Dad, I want to repair it. So it grew to be my passion, because every now and then something in our house, when something in our house was not functioning, we could not take it. We wouldn't take it to maybe somebody who would repair it. No, my father would say, come, let's do this together. And I grew up seeing that every day, and my passion grew. And I became this more of curious. Why are these functioning like this, and how are they built that they function like this? What is it that is making them to do this when you press this button, and do this when you press the other button? So it's something that grew up in me. So I took it into consideration. I say, so what do you have to study when you want to be an engineer in future? And I realized in Kenya, when you join high school, you're supposed to do more of mathematics and the sciences. So I did those two as some sort of my major. I really love mathematics and physics, chemistry. Those were my best, my ultimate best. So yes, electronics innovation and making the projects, that is something that I came to realize, that you can actually design something to satisfy something, a need that you need. So because of my love of maths and sciences, I even took it into consideration. Like, when I completed my fourth year, my high school education, I volunteered to be a teacher, a high school teacher in a secondary school that was just starting in my community. I volunteered to go there and share the knowledge that I had about mathematics and the sciences. And also at times I could contribute to the primary, because it was a whole big school that had both the primary and the high school in one compound. So sometimes I would go for the primary classes, sometimes I would do the high school classes, but I was majorly volunteering on the high school classes on mathematics and sciences. So one day I was just browsing through my phone. I was on Google, and I was just browsing, and then I passed through an article talking about the causes of deaths in Africa, and I realized accidents is actually on the top 10 of the causes of death in Africa. And I took it into my consideration, like, why is it even on the top 10 list? Is it because that the accidents are so fatal, or is it because of the delayed response? So I realized that roughly 65% of the road accident cause death, not necessarily because the deaths are so fatal, but it's because of the delayed response. So I took this situation into my consideration. Like, I thought of a project that would cap this situation. So the project's name is Automatic Accident Detector, whereby it works in a way that there is a sensor, an accelerometer, The sensor detects, it works in two ways, whereby it detects a sudden stop, and also it also detects rotation. So this is just roughly done, roughly it's the hardware part. So we have, this is a GPS and this is a GSM, don't mind the cables. And this LED is just on because it's telling that there is a 5 volts that is passing through everything here. This is how it works. The sensor, it detects a sudden stop and also a rotation, that is a change in angle, whereby when the car rotates or when you hit the brakes, it sends a message. It sends a message to the microcontroller. The message in the microcontroller is linked with the GSM and the GPS, whereby the GSM is the one which will be sending us the messages and the GPS is giving us the location of where the accident has taken place. So what if I was driving my car and then a dog came out of nowhere running on the road and then I hold my brakes? That would obviously send a message to my parents and the rescue team and the police officers that, oh, there's an accident that's happened at a certain place. No, it has been improved in a way that if something like that happens, a message comes directly to my phone for only 5 seconds. An automatic message will be sent to my phone to ask me, was that an accident? And because it's not an accident, I'd press no, so no message will be sent. But if it was an accident, I wouldn't press no. I wouldn't press it. There's just an option for no and not yes. So the message will just go after 5 seconds. It sends a message to my family and to the rescue team and to the police officers to say, the message specifically says the location of where the accident has taken place in longitude and latitude coordinates. So with this project, if we got to have this project, every time that we would have an accident happening, whether we've had a knock between one car and the other, and even if the accident is not so severe, yeah, we would have the response going to our rescue team and to our parents and to any person who we would have given the number to the project to. When it's taken to a higher level, it can be made into a device. For example, like just this device, yeah. So maybe if it's just like that device, maybe we'll be having a button somewhere right here where we can press and say no accident. Right now it's just on the other, on just a simple explanation mode. That's why it's the way it is. But if it is taken to consideration and made something that it should be compulsory in our vehicles, like the speed governor, we would really save a lot of lives, because we will be having the real-time rescues, because it sends messages in real time. The accident just happens right now, and after 5 seconds we have the message going to our rescue team, to our police officers, and also to the people that we would have imputed the numbers into our GSM. So with this, we wouldn't want to worry of who should I call to tell that I have had an accident, or should I call 911? No, this device is going to help us save those lives. We would have the quick responses. We will have our parents knowing of our whereabouts and what's happening with us. And as you can see, this is just basically the hardware part. I haven't programmed it yet because of some constraints. I've had some few challenges with the programming part. This, I got to do every part of this by the use of Google. I could Google how to interface the GSM with the microcontroller, and he would give me the directions on how to do that. That's how I came up with the hardware, and also help from a friend. So I could not program this project because I do not have the necessary knowledge that is required for me to program a project. So So I would really love to. I would really love to make more of these projects, more of projects that would be of contribute more of solving problems in our lives than causing. And if I could get the necessary knowledge on how to program such projects and make them to actually work, it would be something that would add value to me and to Africa and to the world of at large.